Hello, in this episode we're going to continue with the floating aquascape. In previous episodes you could see constructing the mount, the hardscape, planting the bucephalandra, planting the pinnatifida, and in this episode we're ready for planting Anubias. We're going to use a very small species of Anubias that can easily fit into the cracks and the scale of this floating aquascape. Enjoy this episode. So we did now some dark green leaves that will grow here. Put something here, yes I did. And then this is going to be pinkish, reddish plant. It's going to be huge. So now we're going to need some bright green, and I'm going to plant that here and underneath here, and it's going to be a small type of Anubias that I'm going to take from the pirate ship Scape. That I'm going to dismantle soon. So you can just take some of this stuff and no one will ever notice. There's some Rotala bonsai coming along. Let's shake it off on the soil. Sorry guys, this has been in here for a year, so it's kind of, can you see it actually what I'm doing? Yeah, this has been in here for about a year, so it's nice and grown out. Now I'm not gonna care about all the algae that's on there. It's a little black brush. Just look at how nice and small that foliage is. It's gonna look great in our floating aquascape. I'm pretty sure there's no shrimp in there anymore. Pretty sure there's no shrimp in here. Let's do a little check just to be sure. And I don't think there's a shrimp in here. So these are lots of the pieces that we can use for the floating aquascape. There's a lot of roots. Now, the thing with Anubias is that it's not very wise to cut it up like we did with the booze, because this stuff is gonna melt. Anubias does not like to be cut, but you see it's like a huge clump of plants, so we can just pull it loose, and you can still see there is a lot of side shoots and everything growing on there. And this is like we're going to cut off the root for the large part, because these large roots are not going to help us, and we're just going to shove it in. And maybe if it needs a little glue, we're going to glue it, but let's see what happens. So first let's put this away so I can take the waste. Let's cut a little bit of these roots, especially the roots that have been completely entangled before. We can cut those short. You can see they're a little bit brownish, not looking very healthy, so we'll just leave the healthy ones on that are nice and very light green to yellow, white. Those are good. I cut some leaves off here before, apparently, during the maintenance session. Let's put this here. We can use these little roots here. We can use these little roots here to keep it in place. And the Anubias will just do its thing. So that's there. Maybe I cut a little bit too much. This one, cut off the bad roots, cut off the long roots. That looks amazing. Now, I like to use these Anubias underneath to let them get just a tiny bit of light, and that way they will not get full of algae. So probably I'll put it on like this. Look at the contrast. Red, dark, bright. This may be a little bit too high for my liking, but it will definitely fill up this area given time. Maybe this one is better for here. Let's go with this one. See what happens. No, it's a little bit too big. These well, it doesn't matter really, but still I like this one better. Just put it in between the roots here, so, and that's it. So I put it there. Now I'm going to put it on a little bit more places to just, because the Pinnatifida is going to grow above it, so it's gonna be in the shadow. I just told you I like to put the Anubias in the shadow, and it's gonna be in the shadow, but it's just not now at the beginning. Let's pull these leaves through. To get some effect and to make sure it holds. Yep, there it is. Hello Anubias. There he is. Put some more in, not too much, a little bit. Right there. And a little more. It has so many leaves, you could just, just put it in and then it will stay there without any help of additional glue. Maybe this one you can glue right there, and then it will look like a giant piece that's going like that. Maybe this part of the wood I'll leave visible because it has such a nice line with a point. I like that. I always like to have beautiful lines in my aquascape, preferably supporting each other, if you know what I mean. Oh, this is good. This is gonna be so good. It's a little bit too dense. Let's take off one. That's much better. So I'm going to glue this in a couple of spots where it's touching the wood, like here, where you can't see it. You can really see the benefit of using gel type glue. It will just stay where it is and it will not run away like obviously the liquid stuff does. So maybe I'll just glue it on one point only. Touching here, yes it is. So I'll be gluing it here as well. So I don't even know where I put it. There it is. So put a little bit of that, and then this one can go here. Maybe on this piece. Yeah, that's it. Should go in the same direction. So this one is better. Oh, look at all the shoots that are coming here. This is like gold. If Anubias was worth a fortune, I'd be very rich. Unfortunately, it's what it is. Is that working for me? Not really. That's it. That's how it's gonna be. So I'm just going to put the glue on this little twig. Fair amount. And it's just gonna stay there Going to get in trouble with the glue spillage. Okay. Those leaves underneath, and then just press it on. Sliding it into place. Keep it a little bit, and there it is. Stuck like glue. Well, that was short. I hope you enjoyed that. Next episode we're going to do mosses and ferns, and then after that episode it's going to be the final reveal. So have fun scaping.